High blood pressure is a dangerous condition because it threatens to limit the blood supply to vital organs, hence its association with heart attack and stroke. Fortunately, it is believed up to 30% of cases are preventable. The associations between blood pressure and sleep have been illustrated in previous studies. Now, researchers have managed to pinpoint when one should go to bed to avoid the condition altogether. The findings of the new study stem from data retrieved from a cohort of 88,000 participants in the UK Biobank. Researchers at the University of Exeter reported that a total of 3,172 of these participants developed the cardiovascular disease during the study's follow-up period of 7 years. They found that individuals who went to sleep after midnight had higher odds of developing hypertension and cardiovascular disease. Writing in the journal European Heart Journal, the team wrote, "Evidence suggests circadian rhythm disruption could be an understudied risk factor for CVC, and that prolonged misalignment of circadian rhythm is associated with elevated blood pressure." Dr. Michael Mosley shares the hot drink that may stop your blood pressure rising as you age. Dr. Plan, lead author of the study and head of research at Human Therapeutics, put this increased risk down to disruptions to the body's internal clock. He explained that people who went to bed early and late might miss important cues such as morning daylight, that help reset the body's circadian rhythm. That misalignment of behaviors and the circadian clock increase inflammation and can impair glucose regulation, both of which can increase risk of cardiovascular disease, explained Dr. Plan. The team went on to cite a previous paper that found that Mexican adolescents with a weekday bedtime later than 11 p.m. have a 1.87 times higher risk of developing elevated blood pressure than participants between 9 p.m. and 10 p.m. Don't miss high cholesterol. Doctor names high cholesterol foods to avoid, tips Pfizer booster, the severe side effect that may follow third jab. Insight, dementia diet, the food type you should eat daily to lower your risk. Insight, the findings also suggested that going to sleep later than 10 p.m. is associated with a lower risk of developing cardiovascular disease. The data was retrieved from wristbands worn by participants for 7 days to determine whether there was an association between the time they went to bed and illness. In fact, results revealed that those who fell asleep at midnight or later had a 25% higher risk of developing cardiovascular disease, compared to a 24% increased risk for those who fell asleep before 10 p.m. For those who doze off between 11 p.m. and 11:59 p.m., the risk of cardiovascular disease was 12% greater than for those who fell asleep in the hour before. The author of the study, Dr. David Plans, from the University of Exeter said, "People often assume that cardiovascular disease is a consequence of physiological influences. Whereas actually, the behavioral influence on the cardiovascular system, as a result of circadian disruption is enormous." Commenting on the study, Regina Giblin, senior cardiac nurse at the British Heart Foundation, said, "This large study suggests that going to bed between 10 and 11 p.m. could be the sweet spot for most people to keep their heart healthy long term." However, it's important to remember that this study can only show an association and can't prove cause and effect. More research is needed into sleep timing and duration as a risk factor for heart and circulatory diseases. Getting enough sleep is important for our general well-being as well as our heart and circulatory health, and most adults should aim for 7 to 9 hours of sleep per night. Ms. Giblin added that other lifestyle factors are equally significant in assessing hypertension risk than sleep. But sleep isn't the only factor that can impact heart attack, she added. It's also important to look at your lifestyle, as knowing your numbers such as blood pressure and cholesterol levels, maintaining a healthy weight and exercising regularly, cutting down on salt and alcohol intake and eating a balanced diet can also keep your heart healthy.